What in the world? There's a fish. Oh no. Holy crap. Here we go. There's a fish. No! No! Dadgummit! The treble hook got hung on the net and it pulled him blue. I cannot deal with this right now. I cannot freaking deal with this right now. Well guys, day one of the Newport Bassmaster Kayak Series on the Susquehanna did not go the way I hoped it would. I mean, really, it was a disaster from start to finish for me for day one. I took a gamble and I launched way upstream of where I knew most of the guys would be. You know, I had been having luck on ledges, above ledges, faster current, grass islands, things like that. But I wanted to be alone. 184 anglers is a lot of people. So I took a gamble and I only launched with 3 people. So that wasn't a good omen to start. I kind of make a beeline to an area that I knew had been productive. You know, I had fished one day before and I thought maybe high 80s would be pretty feasible and maybe I could reassess after the first day, but someone had beaten me there. I don't know how, but the spot I wanted to fish, someone was there. And, you know, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. But, you know, that kind of got in my head right away. I had a spot I really wanted to fish, but I didn't want to fish on top of a guy. So I start chucking the screaming Chapo, trying to get on that topwater bite, and I lost so many fish. I wasn't fishing clean. I had fish, multiple fish get hung on the outside of my net because I was sloppy. Yeah, I had a lot of fish throw the hook, and eventually I was able to finesse my way to 73 inches. My whole bag was 15 inches and 14 inches. So I spared you guys of that. So the question is, can I recover on day 2? Realistically, you need 2 90+ inch days to win this thing. But I'm currently sitting at 147th of 184 people. So, you know, I may not be able to win this thing, but maybe I can make it more respectable, save some of my dignity here. So I'm going to do the best I can. Hopefully we can get on a better start tomorrow, but it's not looking good for the home team guys. I'm going to chuck through, you know, even though I'm kind of outside of the money, unless I catch 5 once-in-a-lifetime bass tomorrow. I'm going to do my best, and we're going to see what happens. First fish of the day. Got out here an hour late. Don't know what I did with my sunglasses. Although with the weather today, don't know that I'm going to need them. Not a big one, but such is life. Thanks, bud. Second fish of the day so far. Not doing too good. Not doing too good. Thanks, bud. lovely. Certainly find out though. Thanks, bud. That long, but healthy. Told you guys this North Branch tackle sled jig, Nico 4¼ inch Hellgrammite. It's my skunk buster. I've done terribly all day, but I knew that I could get a limit with it. $15 3/4. Well, everyone is struggling, I guess, because I'm currently sitting at 102 out of 184, and I've had 2 terrible days. You know, my goal is to finish in the top 100, really the top half. You know, if I could get up to 92nd place, I'd consider that a win. So I've got 10 places to go. Got about 2 hours to fish or so. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done, but I may just keep hitting this bridge with this Hellgrammite, and maybe I can upgrade a couple of those 12s and 12s and a half that I have on the board. Check back in a second. That's an upgrade though. me lose my card. Thanks, bud. 14.25. God, that fish stank. I always heard that if the smallmouth stink, they're on crawfish. I don't know if there's any truth to that, because frankly, in this river, I think they're always on crawfish, but who knows? That guy was stinky. Bit of a call, 14.5. Thanks, buddy. That's a unit. Stay on. Stay on. Biggest fish of the tournament. Stay on. Stay on. That is my biggest fish of the tournament. Ow. That 18 was the biggest fish of my tournament so far. It's been pretty underwhelming for me, but we needed that. Again, we're sitting around 100 out of 184. No matter how today went, there was no saving yesterday. But all things considered, it's been a decent recovery to get to the middle of the pack. These are the best kayak anglers in the world, so just being able to mix it up and compete with them is awesome. Another one on the Everyman. Finding a couple here right close to the buzzer. I don't know if we can make up too much ground, but we're doing our best. Thank you, buddy. Not gonna help us, bud. Thanks for stopping by, though. This is going to be our last fish, guys. We have 5 minutes left. By the time I get this submitted, thanks, bud. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for Bassmaster Kayak Series. You know, for these big tournaments, I never really go into them expecting to win. And maybe in some sense, I need to really work on my confidence when it comes to these big events. You know, I'm still pretty new to kayak fishing. I grew up fishing from boats primarily. I do a ton of wading, and you know, it may not be that obvious, but fishing from a boat and fishing from a kayak aren't as comparable as it may seem. You know, positioning, boat positioning, the speed with which you can cover water in a boat compared to a kayak, or you know, all of that is still pretty new to me. And you know, I'm learning a lot, but I still have a ton to learn. One of the things I've learned, other than showing up to the launch on time, because I lost an hour and a half of fishing on day 2, is just that covering water is good. I have a tendency to fish for a bit, you know, using, you know, power techniques. So, you know, I was using a Chopo, I was using a chatterbait. And then when I can't get a bite, I think to myself, man, I know there are fish here, let me just finesse them. The problem is, I think a lot of these guys who are really successful have learned how to cover a lot of water, find a productive area, fish it thoroughly, then move on, because somewhere they're going to find some big bass. And that's still something I really need to work on. Well, you know, after that first day, I launched with 3 guys. I put together 73 inches. You know, of the three of us, you know, we were all chatting. No one caught bigger than 16. So, you know, that launch was a gamble to be alone, and it didn't pay off for sure. And we had a much better second day, even though I was late. But we couldn't make up the ground. You know, I was able to climb 40-something spots and get closer to the middle of the pack. There was no saving that tournament after that first day. But I learned a lot. I had a good time. I'm going to keep at it, you know. I'm going to get better at some point. And I'm not going to let that performance get me down. Because really, at the end of the day, if it's all about tournaments and money, why am I doing this? I like to fish. And if it ever gets to the point where, you know, my self-worth or my enjoyment from fishing all boils down to tournament performance, I think I really need to think about something else. It's great to win. It's great to do well, but that's not what fishing is about, really. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I cut out a lot of catches. I was catching a lot of dinks both days, really, but we're going to learn, we're going to grow, and I'll see you next time. Tight lines, guys.